It's like, what were you doing with my drapes? The drapes that were hanging in the apartment. I never got the answer to that. Hi, this is Kari from Sky Properties. Today my question is about how long does it take to get a vacancy ready? Well, of course that answer is it depends. It depends on what it needs. I would say anywhere from 3 days to 4 weeks is the usual time to make a make ready. For 3 days, you're gonna do just a basic turn, painting, cleaning, probably. And for 4 weeks, that could be a major remodel. What I can tell you is that when your tenant gives you the 30-day notice, you're gonna want to do the 2-week walkthrough. And at that walkthrough, you're gonna make an extensive list of what needs to get done. And then you're going to put that on a schedule. And then you're gonna put prices next to it. And then you're going to do your market survey to see how much rent the current market rent is for that unit. And then you're going to decide what upgrades you're gonna wanna do to your unit or not do to your unit to get more money or to get the same amount of money. I think the key to doing a make ready, really, it's all about organization. You can get a lot done in a very short period of time if you're organized and you're scheduling everything. So I think that's the key. For me, I like to write it all down on a piece of paper, what I'm gonna do. And then I put it in order of how I'm going to do it. And then I bold things that can be moved around if something doesn't go as planned, because often things do not go as planned and you'll want to reschedule that. And then I would also say that if you're going to do improvements, you want to take the cost of the improvements versus how much more you think you're going to get in rent based on your market survey. And you're going to work those numbers to make sure that it's worth your time and money to do those improvements. The difference between a basic turn and a remodel depends on a lot of factors. It depends on how long the tenant that's living there was in the unit. So if they've been there since the 70s and there's dark brown carpet and dark brown cabinets and everything is dark and completely out of date, that's a major factor in what you're gonna do in a renovation, because even if you didn't want to do a full a full turnover and completely upgrade it, you may be forced to do that just to get regular market rent in that neighborhood, because you might not be able to rent it with brown carpet and dark brown cabinets and so forth. It doesn't just depend on how long it's been there, but it's also the type of building and what's in the building, budget, all kinds of factors. But if you have a building that's built in the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, a lot of times you want to preserve the character of that building. So if you have chip tile, sometimes we'll go and match tile, try to get match tile or not rip out all the tile because it's original to the building, and people like that. They're attracted to it. So, and other times it's not salvageable, and then you want to do the right upgrade, a timeless upgrade in a classic building, because you don't want something too modern in a building that's built in the 1920s. It just doesn't make sense and it doesn't look right. Sometimes if things are in really bad shape, we do try to pick things that go with that time period and not just do a, for example, you wouldn't do an industrial style make-ready in a 1920s building. You wouldn't do that. So I usually try not to do any upgrades where I can't recoup the costs in 2 years. I have some clients right now that are willing to spend the extra money and don't care that it's not recouped for 3, 4, sometimes even 5 years. But for most of my clients, and most of my clients have long-term holds, we try to recoup our costs within 2 years. Yeah, so for example, if you have a unit, you're getting $1,000 a month and you think you can get, let's say, more if you put in a washer and dryer. Let's say it's $200 more a month. So we would take that amount and divide that by 24, or let's say you're getting $1,200 instead of $1,000, then you take the 200 and you multiply it by the 24 months, and that's what you can spend.